Dr. Ian Ritchie Hart, Emeritus Professor of Medicine at the University of Ottawa, was born on May 11, 1937 in Dalmore, Scotland. He graduated with a degree in medicine from the University of Glasgow in 1960. Ian married Catherine and immigrated to Canada in 1961. He and his new bride settled in Newfoundland, where he worked in the cottage hospital system. He eventually headed to Montreal for endocrinology training at the Royal Victoria Hospital, McGill University, where he first met his two future collaborators in medical education, Ron Harden and Dale Dauphiney. In the early 1980s, Ian developed his passionate interest in medical education. This despite an active academic and leadership role in clinical medicine, including being the personal physician to Prime Minister Brian Mulroney. Following a sabbatical with Ron Harden, Ian was instrumental in bringing the objective, structured clinical examination to North America. He was founder of the Canadian Association of Medical Education and co-founder of the Ottawa Conference. Ian was also one of the key educators who helped establish the International Medical University in Kuala Lumpur.
He had an incredible passion for education. He was always constantly on the lookout for some new way of changing behavior.
He was very interested in students and trying to improve the quality of training.
Ian and Ron Harden, they actually built the whole approach for evidence in medical education. The way it's taught, the way it's evaluated, the way it's adjudicated, the way it's practiced is among the very best in the world because it has that foundation of evidence that Ian played such a key role in developing.
If you think about Ian and his contribution, this was certainly a major contribution that he had for the IMU.
Working with people in all of these international collaborations, he had a great understanding of what others' perspectives were, and he respected these other views. And in turn, I think everyone he dealt with held him in great respect.
He introduced all the most recent technologies, be they simulation, computer, PowerPoint, whatever it was as time moved on, and saw how they fitted into these various teaching contexts and educational contexts.
I think he was interested in how students could access e-learning to make their learning more effective as well. I think he was an excellent communicator. He had the ideas, but he had the patience and the skills, the interpersonal skills to work with people so that these ideas could be taken on board.
He was always very engaging with the taxi driver, the person who was serving us. I always wanted to know about them and where they were from. He liked to learn about the history and the culture of places. So travel was huge for him. I'm sure he was, well over 1 million miles traveled around the world several times.
He was a great gourmand. We decided to go to a nearby Indian restaurant up the hill from our hotel in Dundee. And as we approached the restaurant, went inside, a lovely Sikh gentleman said to us in a very thick Scottish accent, "Where are you from?" And we said, "Oh, we're from Canada." And Canada, you must know Professor Ian Hart.
Working with Ian was fulfilling and exciting. He was just all one could ask in a colleague.
He was the kind of individual where you could call him up virtually at any time and talk to him about virtually anything.
I miss him still tremendously, not just as an academic colleague, not just as a theoretician or someone innovating these areas, but really as a real friend in the very real sense of the word, and someone who I could share my worries and successes with.
This was so special for us as a person. To me, it was like a big, huggable teddy bear that was very comforting.
I miss his laugh, I miss his encouragement, I miss his judgment, and I just miss his warmth. Yeah.
On August 24th, 2012, the world lost a leader in medicine and a great friend and mentor.